we usually ask the candidate what defined problems you worked on, and how did you approach that problems and accomplish it. So instead of giving the problems, we ask them what problems you worked on, because, and then based on that you can cross question it, because it's really difficult to do BS in a product interview, because if something makes sense, it makes sense. If something doesn't make sense, it doesn't. So one advice to people who are currently product managers and looking for other product management interviews is that you should, since you are product managers, you would have worked on problems and come across solutions. So just prepare a good story that is linear, that ties from one end to the next, and everything flows logically. Just try to sit in front of the mirror and try to tell that story to yourself. If you're fumbling, then your story is not good. If you're able to convince yourself, then probably the story is okay for other people to listen. And apart from that, never reveal data of the company. That's a very unprofessional thing for you to do. Just you can talk about the extent of a problem without actually telling the exact magnitude quantitatively, and you shouldn't reveal anybody's data to anyone. And that's considered largely unprofessional, and it's a big red flag. And don't ever think that the other product manager won't understand if you are making things up, because the role that you are applying for, we have been there as well. So if you are a person who is confident while talking about the problem you have worked with and the solution that you came across, it's very apparent in an interview.
And this problem can be like, let's say for people who are in business development or operations and they're looking for a product,
can be anything.
It can be any problem that they've solved.
Right. Can be anything. But if you are changing jobs from a different trade to product management, we'll definitely expect some background homework that you have done. Maybe some books you have read, maybe some PMs you have spoken to. We'll expect some product software development knowledge, because it's you who wants to become a product manager. Then it's you who should actually go and read a bit more about it. So there are tons of resources online. I can understand it can get overwhelming at times, but what you should do is that approach a product manager, try to do what he does on a daily basis, try to learn a bit more about software development process, what is agile, what is Scrum, try to hone your data analysis skills. One thing that really helps is finding key metrics, because measuring success is something that a product manager needs to do on a daily basis. So for measuring success, you need to define key metrics. So defining key metrics it's not an easy task, but I have found that as a person who hasn't got product management experience, you can go through investor decks of some company and you can find out, because every investor deck talks about some metrics that has gone up or gone down or remains same in the last quarter or the last year. So you can see what kind of metrics that the companies talk about, and that will give you an idea of what metrics you can think of when you are like thinking of a product. You can create your own metrics as well, as long as that makes sense.